All right. So, all this music that you've been listening to.
How
many different artists have you heard? Anyone paid any attention? How many? 20? 20 plus? And just name a couple real quick. Diana Ross. Who else? Who? Madonna. Who else? Huh? Bee Gees. Who else? Duran. Who else? David Bowie. Who else? Temptations. Who else? B-52s. Sister Sledge. Diana Ross. Right? Niles Rodgers. Chic. Right? We already said Duran. How about Daft Punk? Okay? What do they all have in common?
Groups I don't know about.
That's a lot, Chris.
I know Madonna.
Everything out of the hair metal genre, that's Chris's black hole. Everything out of the hair metal genre.
If it was a Def Leppard, you ain't shit me in.
Okay, so why is it relevant? Why we even bother?
They make good music.
They make good music, but they had one producer. They all had the same producer. Who was it? Who? Nile Rodgers. Nile Rodgers. You ever heard of Chic?
Yeah.
Good times. Okay, that's Chic, right? He was the guy who's the brainchild behind Chic. Okay? And he did a whole bunch of stuff with Chic. And then you know what he did? He opened himself a gas station. And you know what he'd do with that gas station? He'd fill up rocket ships and send them to the moon. That's kind of a metaphor. But what he literally would do is he'd work with all these different artists, and he'd take his unique style of jams, and he'd put it into their music, and next thing you know, they'd have all these killer hits. Madonna's, like, Virgin album, produced by him. Duran's Notorious, produced by him. Daft Punk's last album, produced by him. He's been producing music for 30, 40 years. Take a wild guess. Give me a wild guess on how many dollars worth of music he has either written, produced, or been involved with. Number of dollars. Huh?
Billion.
Who?
2 billion.
Hold on here. You say 2 billion?
Yeah, 5 billion. No?
The most prolific producer in the history of music, Niles Rodgers, $3 billion.
Wow.
$3 billion. Okay, so if your record goes gold, how many albums is that?
100,000.
Wait. How many were the group here knows what a record is, right?
They're still called records. Even though they're digital formats, and you know what now they're doing? They're doing digital formats and they're making records. Because vinyl still sounds better. Okay, so gold is $1 million. How many is platinum?
100,000.
10 million.
5 million.
5 million.
How many is diamond? 10 million. Okay, think of that. Okay, diamond is like unheard of. Do you know that Journey's greatest hits album, is their last album, went diamond and a half, so that's 15 million. Right? That's unheard of. Not only just in music, but the thing that's really cool about it is it'll probably never happen again. Because people just don't buy music like they used to. You know, they stream it on Pandora or whatever. They don't go and buy the actual music. Okay, so why am I talking about Niles Rodgers?
He was an inductee to the Hall of Fame.
He was an inductee, but not my favorite inductee. Okay, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame last Friday. He was inducted into the Hall of Fame, and it was really cool to watch him play and see how many people paid him homage, right? But there were some other bands. Journey was inducted. Joan Diaz was inducted. Yes, ELO, etc. Right? Pretty cool stuff. But the reason why I'm talking about Niles Rodgers is because he had something special that got him to succeed. And what do you guys think it was? Huh? Passion? Obviously passion, right? Because passion just flows through that music.
The talent and the vision.
Talent, vision. What is vision?
Foreseeable goals. Forward sight.
It is an imagined idea or goal towards which one aspires. That is a vision. It is something you wish. Last year, all the football teams, when they started the first game of the season, they all had a vision of what? Winning a Super Bowl, right? How many teams get to actually accomplish that? One, right? Only one team. Same thing this year. We've got a bunch of teams that want to win an NBA championship. Which team's going to win it?
Golden State.
Golden State? Okay. Well, I think Cavaliers probably want to have something to say about that, but I kind of think Golden State's real, man. They're working hard, aren't they? You got some good players. But they have a vision that they want to accomplish. So that's an organizational vision, right? So the coaches, the general managers, everyone got together and they said, here's the vision, right? Now remember how we talked about Jimmy V, Coach Jimmy Vilvato of North Carolina State, 1983. What did he do to get the vision in the heads of his players? What did he do?
He cut down the net.
Taught them every single practice, how are we going to act at the moment when we win the national championship and we're cutting down the nets? How are we going to do it? How are we going to act? Boy, they had a ladder, and each person would go up there and cut some, and they'd all walk around and celebrate. On the very, very first day of practice, they did that because Coach Vilvano wanted them to have a vision of greatness. Okay, that's an organizational vision of greatness. How about players on that team? They bought into that, right? Now you know that they beat Michael Jordan and the Tar Heels that year, right? They kicked their butt. They owned them. They had the vision. Did they have the best players? No. But they had the vision, and they aspired and drove towards that vision. What about you? You have a vision?
Yes.
You do? You know what? I want you to share with me what your personal vision is.
Well, my vision is to be right now is to be a supervisor, and then I know it's hard to me because of my English, but I'm gonna try to do the best I can.
Man, I'm struggling with my English still, so don't worry. It takes time, right? But you know, that's awesome that you have a personal vision. That is your aspiration, that you want to take those steps. And you're doing everything you can, everything in your power and control to make that happen. Does anyone else have a vision, inside or outside the company, that they want to share? Jeff, you got a grin.
Well, I have vision to pay off my home. I've got a 4.5-year goal, and that's out in my future.
That is ski 100 days a year?
Yeah, I'd be happy with 40 days a year, Fred.
Hey, we might as well set the vision, right? 100 days a year, that'd be a pretty good day.
That'd be a great year.
Okay, all right. So, anyone else have a vision? Anyone want to buy a home? Who would like to purchase a home? Right? Is that your vision? Is that in your vision? Okay. And what are you going to do to set yourself up into a position to be able to accomplish that vision? Believe it or not, this right here, what you're doing in culture training and out there on the job sites is part of accomplishing that vision. Right? Hey, Chris, how old were you when you started at Eagle Environmental?
I was 22.
22.
That was a few years ago.
Just a couple. Okay? And tell me what positions you have held at Eagle Environmental.
I was a peon for a
Whoa,
long time.
We don't have any of those. We have workers and technicians.
I was.
And I also was a worker and technician. And no one called me a peon.
Oh, I was a peon. I was a worthless.
Yeah, that was in Ron's book. Okay,
Yeah,
that's Ron's
so
vision.
I was-
Ron's vision ended a long time ago.
I was a worker for 2 years. I was a leadman for about 6 months. Then I was a foreman for about a year and a half, 2 years, and then an estimator. Well, kind of a pseudo production manager for probably 3 or 4 months, and then estimator.
Okay, Carlos, you've been here for 16? 18. Crap, 18 years. Okay, tell us the positions you've held.
Well, I started in 1999 as a technician, and I have the opportunity in 6 months to be a leadman,
Okay,
and yeah, and you give me the opportunity to be a supervisor.
no, you gave yourself the opportunity to be a supervisor. I want everyone to be clear on that. If you want advancement here, you are the one that decides whether or not that happens. And there's a mental and emotional state that you have to go through in order to make that happen. What is it?
Growth.
Growth? What's the state?
Self-motivation.
Engagement. It is engagement. Engagement is a mental and emotional decision where you say, I wish to be part of and participate in something great. You wish to engage in the culture at Eagle Environmental. You wish to work hard and be a key team player on the job site. You're going to spend the hours there, right? The choice is whether or not you will choose to engage and chase your personal vision of whatever it may be. You know what my son Josh's vision is?
Car driver.
He wants to be a drift car driver, man. That's his vision, and he works his ass off, and I think he lives on like $6 a week.
He's
'Cause
doing
he's always
better
running
than that right now.
He's always running out of gas and stuff like that because every single dime that he makes goes into this passion because he wants to drift, right? Now it's a pretty expensive hobby, but every single dime, that's his vision, that's his desire. So right now, I want each one of you to think about what is it that you really want? What is your vision? What is your future? What is your vision? What is your future? What is your passion? What will you do to help you get to where you want to be? Nancy, you want a home. You know what kind of a home you want?
One with a big porch.
One that's really comfortable, nice big porch. You can sit out there and drink some lemonade in the summertime. Coffee in the mornings, lemonade in the afternoon. Okay, you don't drink coffee in the afternoon, it's too hot.
I do.
Well, then you're gonna have coffee in the afternoon and not lemonade. You're gonna save all the lemons. Okay? But the bottom line is that is her vision. Okay? And she's gonna work hard. She's chosen to engage. She's learning and growing her career path. Right? She's implementing the culture. And what is culture? In the essence, what is culture?
Lifestyle lived. Philosophy lived.
What?
Philosophy lived.
It is a philosophy that is lived. That is the culture here at Eagle Environmental. We have a philosophy. And what is the philosophy? The philosophy is work is not your life. Work is where you go, you use your talents, you grow your skills, you earn money, so then you can go and live your life. And what's your life? Your kids? Your spouse? Ask Josh, it's drift car driving, right? Buying that house you want, working on those little projects. Todd, you know what Todd has at his house? He's got a tough shed in the back. It's his own little personal man cave. Right? So he totally wanted his own little manly space. So he went and got a tough shed, set it all up, put a TV out there, hooked tower up to it, and that's where he'd go and escape the world, okay? Good for him. Right? Do you got a tough shed? No, you wish you did though, huh?
I wish I
But the bottom line is you go, you work, and you do this, and you engage here, and you build your talents and knowledge and experience so that you can go and live the life that you really desire. What is your vision, Pancho? Somebody tell me, what is their vision? What is a great goal? What is the vision that they have for themselves? Who's willing to stand up and plant the flag in the ground, and the giant flag says, this is my vision and I'm pursuing it? What's your vision?
My vision, on the 18th of this month is my 25-year anniversary.
Okay?
My vision is to have a 50th anniversary with my wife.
Amen. Right on. And a hard vision. 50 years worth of marriage is like, you gotta get like a little gold medal and purple heart. Purple heart. You should get a purple heart. Okay? But thank you for sharing your vision. Anyone else have a vision they want to share? Todd.
Mine is to be as successful as possible during my working years, so I have a very comfortable retirement, so I can go travel. I want to have a nice long toy hauler trailer with my motorcycles in the back and just tour all over and drop at KOAs and go tool around the mics and go back up and hit the next one.
That sounds pretty nice, doesn't it? I kind of dig that, you know, like riding around with your coon dog Roscoe. And, right. No dogs, okay, never mind, no dogs, just, you know, drive around with your wife. Redneck music, right? Listen to some Toby Keith. Okay, leadership is the capacity to translate vision into reality. Okay? Now let's talk about the vision for Eagle Environmental. What is our vision? We have a 5-year vision. What is it? Who wants to tell me about that? And who wants to be a part of that? Who wants to be a part of that 5-year vision? Yeah? What role do you want to have in that 5-year vision? Tell me.
Supervisor.
You want to be a supervisor. Amen. We dig that. Okay? And what are you going to have to do in order to be that supervisor?
Bust my ass.
That is a big part of it. Because you know what? If you'll notice underneath this TV, we have the TV downstairs. We have a new quote, and it just says, "Dreams don't work if you don't." Okay? Because the reality is every dream is made out of what? Hard work, sweat, tears. Right? Everyone that's ever made it big, nobody's just all of a sudden, boom, hey, look at me. I'm really big and cool.
Except Bill Gates.
There's been tons, except for who?
Except for Bill Gates.
Well, that's the biggest bunch of horse shit I've ever heard. You know, Bill Gates, when he was a pimple-faced teenager, was down in Phoenix in an old shitty hotel with Paul Allen and a bunch of other hackers, and they were hacking code 18 hours a day, listening to Black Sabbath and all sorts of rock and heavy metal, building operating systems and putting forward the very, very first software that went into any computers that people owned and put on their desks. He worked in shit conditions. And yeah, he stole some operating systems and tweaked them around a little bit, but you know what?
And he's still working
He
together.
worked, and he worked tirelessly. Okay? Yeah, he worked. I don't love Microsoft, but I mean, I still got to respect the dude because he worked. Okay? What other parts of this vision can you implement into your life? Supervisor, right? Being married for 50 years.
Management positions.
Management positions. Opportunity to run divisions of the company. Further advancement. A new facility. A facility that could seat 300 people and do training with 300 people. That's my vision. So, in order to achieve your goals, what do you need? First of all, you need visions. Second of all, we need strategy. What's our strategy, Chris?
Hire as many people as we can, sell as much as we can, work as hard as we can.
The overarching strategy is our team strategy. That is the strategy we currently are using in order to attain our goals. To break the company up into small groups of a maximum of 50 So they're intimate groups of managers, production managers, and team members. So everyone knows everyone's name and you know who you're working with and when you're working with and why. To build community and friendship. And currently we have 3 teams and they're all aspiring to be 50 this year. And then next year we have a 4th. And the year after that we add a 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. That's our 5-year vision. So that's our vision, implementing our strategy with the people that we currently have in the room, and most of the people aren't here yet. And who's responsible for finding those people?
Everybody.
Raise your hand. You're supposed to raise your hand. Because it's everybody, right? We're all going to recruit the very, very best because we want to work with the best because we all want to succeed. And after we do that, it equals our goals. Okay? That's the vision for this company. Now, how are we going to make sure that that vision turns into a reality? Okay. We understand what our vision as a company is, but I don't want that to make you lose sight of what's more important, which is what is your personal vision? What are your personal goals and aspirations? Because we're not like in the way of that, right? We're supposed to facilitate. Eagle is supposed to facilitate your personal goals, your personal vision, your personal desire, right? This is the place where you leverage your talent, your knowledge, your experience to make as much money as possible, to give you new skills and opportunities to make money so that you can go and buy a home, right? Go to your kid's soccer game. Go and buy a trailer and throw your motorcycles in there and go for wanderlust, right? Just drive around and ride motorcycles and don't have a coon dog, right? But that's the bottom line. The vision that we have of the company is every person succeeds. Why do we need that? Why do we need everyone to succeed?
If you don't got nobody to replace you, you ain't moving up.
Okay? If you don't have anyone to replace you, if you haven't trained someone and helped lift them up, then you can't move up. That's a big part of it. Second thing, the more important thing is the reason why we want you to live your vision is because we don't live to work. We work so that we can live. Because our culture is that we want to be as good as possible while we're here, but we're living so that we can go and do the things that matter most. Our culture is the philosophy that our life and quality of life is the most important component of our existence. And this Eagle Environmental is the vehicle that gets us there. Think of this as being a giant ocean liner that we're filling, that's going to take us across the ocean to the newfound land where we get to live our dreams and visions. Okay? Because the purpose of the company is simple. Purpose of the managers are simple. Managers do one thing. They align the talent, knowledge, and experience of their team members with the needs of the customer. That's it. That is the vision. Simply aligning the talent, knowledge, and experience of every single person that you work with the needs of the customers. If the customer's super awesome, happy, and they want to hire us again and again and again, and we make money, and then you take that money and what do you do with it? You don't buy a coon dog named Roscoe. And you do not go around with Roscoe, but you have that motorcycle, that trailer, and you enjoy your life.
If you get a customer and you over please them, they're also going to recommend you to someone else that has a situation at hand.
Absolutely. Because your engaged customers are your greatest marketing tool. And our area of greatest growth for future customers is what?
Existing customers. Existing customers.
Wow, that was painful to get out of there. But, you know, the right answer and everything. Man. You're just supposed to stand up and go, existing customers, yeah! Right? Yeah, that's exactly right. You guys look, life is going to pass you by, right? Time is going to flow, and you're going to be like a stone standing in the river, and time's going to fly by you. Next thing you know, you go from being some young punk. I mean, I look at you two guys and I think, man, those guys are young. That was a long time ago. How old are you guys?
I'm 21.
21.
19.
You're 19. Okay, I got in the bacon business when I was 22. Jeff, how old were you?
28.
You're 28?
I started.
But I mean, you're super young, right? And life is just raced by. What you hope happens is that when you look back, the time's been worth it, and you've achieved your vision. Now let me be clear. My vision is not done. We have not accomplished my vision. My vision is to have a company that spans the globe. Offices in multiple continents, in many countries, providing services that we don't provide yet. People in this room and people that we don't know yet working for us, being the greatest professionals that this industry has ever had. People doing things that make a difference to the communities that they serve, and building other people, both people in this room that work for the company and thousands that yet work for the company, and build a company that's based on our culture, our philosophy, our ideals of we don't work. We don't live to work. We work to live. Okay? Right. Thanks, guys. Let's get our picture.